In this video, we'll be showing you how to change your front brake pads on your 2007 to 2016 Honda CR-V. And this would also work on a 2020 to 2022 newer CR-V. And as usual, we'll go through the whole thing together and share a couple of tips and tricks. And we hope you'll like the video or at least find us useful. If you do, please drop a like, subscribe to our channel, and check us out at brake-x.com. Now, you are watching BrakeX. Let's get started. And first things first, there's two bolts behind the caliper and we'll use a 14mm socket. So this should be pretty straightforward. And we'll just break it and we'll wrench it out. Now once we get the two bolts out, we can give the caliper a little wiggle just to get it out. And depending on the condition of your caliper, it shouldn't be too bad, but it should be relatively easy. And we'll look for a place at the top, the back of the rotor to place the caliper. And we'll just be very careful not to hang the brake hose in the air. And now we'll remove these two clips. And then we can take the old pads off the caliper. And now we can grab our wrench again and work on the two bigger bolts that's holding on your caliper bracket. And once we get the two bolts off the caliper bracket, we can remove it from the car. And now since the caliper bracket's quite rusty and dusty, we'll be taking off the old clips. So we can just grab a little flathead and just give it a pry very gently. It should come out. Now for cleaning the caliper, if you have access to air tools, that would be great. If you don't, just grab a wire brush and just do what we're doing and it worked perfectly fine. The goal over here is not to make your caliper look brand new, but we just have to clean up the area for the new clips to sit on. And just like that, it's good to go. Now we'll grab some grease and grease the caliper up for the new clips. And a general tip over here that we say in every single one of our video, you don't need to flood your caliper with grease. You just need the right amount that covers up the area for the new clips that sits on it. And over-greasing your pads and calipers in general is actually one of the leading causes why your new brakes, your freshly installed new brake pads or rotors, is going to squeak. So keep that in mind. And now we'll put on the clips that comes with every single one of the BrakeX brake pads. then the area would be good to go for your new pads. And just like that. For this video, we'll be using the BrakeX Alpha brake pads for optimal performance and durability. So if you've liked the video so far, or at least find us useful, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to our channel, and check us out at brake-x.com. And if you want to learn more about the Alpha brake pads and the story behind it, you can check this video out. And if not, let's get back to the brake job. So now we'll be getting our hands on the new set of brake pads that's ready to go on your car. Every single one of our kit comes with this little grease pack and a little instruction on how to break in your new pads after installing. So you can check that out, and we'll now work on greasing up the pads. So in general, we'll be working on greasing up the two tips on both sides. And then where the piston's going to be pushing on the caliper on the inner pad, which always has the metal clips standing out, if you didn't already know. And it's the same story over here. The right amount is not to flood your pads with, whoops. Is not to flood your pads with grease. You just need the right amount for where the new pad is going to be sitting on the new clips. And once we're done on the sides, because this is a dual piston front caliper, so there's two little circles where the piston is going to be pushing on the pads, so we'll grease that part up, and it should be good to go. Just before putting the pads back on the caliper, we'll use a caliper piston tool like this one. And we'll slowly, gently, patiently spin the piston back into the caliper. Again, it's not the most intuitive tool in the world to use, but it gets the job done. Now that we're done on the caliper, we can put the new pads on the bracket and just very gently slide them in. Just make sure not to chip the new pads or damage anything. Just very gently push it in. And it's the same thing inside. Just try not to rub all the greases that we placed on the pads off while you're trying to slip the pads into the caliper. And it's going to take a little bit of time. It's tight in space, but it should be pretty straightforward. And of course, don't forget the two little clips that goes on the side of the pads, which we removed earlier before we put the caliper back together. And now everything's back in place, we can put the caliper back on. And it's the same story, just very gently wiggle everything back in. And then there's the 2 smaller bolts left, which we're going to be putting back into the caliper. And it's the same 14mm socket, just to tighten everything up. And that's another brake job done and dusted. So if we saved you a trip to the shop, or at least, a few bucks, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and cruise over to brake-x.com and check us out. And we'll see you again next time.